Hi everyone, Rachel Jensen here, broker owner of Luna Realty Belize in the beautiful country of Belize. We are in question number 77 today of In the Inbox, which is when we answer questions that have been asked by folks like you about the real estate industry here and the lifestyle in Belize. So this question was asked by Jane, and she was specifically asking about Ambergris Caye. And she said, are there all-inclusive hotels on Ambergris Caye? And I completely get it. There are many people who are looking to book a vacation, don't necessarily want to have to think about it. Once you get to the place, just be able to enjoy. Now, the quick answer for you is there can be options. But Belize, and specifically Ambergris Caye, is really not traditionally known as an all-inclusive destination. We have our neighboring countries of Mexico and spots like Dominican Republic, where you do tend to find a lot of all-inclusive options, and you can get some really great package rates. Here on Ambergris Caye and Belize generally, we don't tend to see those all-inclusive places. Now, I say there can be options because there are hotels that can put together a package for you that includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They can coordinate your transportation from Belize City to Ambergris Caye here. But I would say that you don't necessarily want to have it all inclusive because this is an island and a country to adventure around, and you're encouraged to adventure around. There are golf cart companies here that you can book a golf cart, rent a golf cart, go drive north and south, east and west on the island. And it is just a very safe destination. And I know a lot of times when there are the all-inclusive places, sometimes it may not be as safe for tourists to go outside of the resort or where they're currently at. So that's one of the reasons they'll keep you in. And of course, we also like, the thoughtless vacation of just being able to pick up a margarita on the beach and continue having them come. But here, because it is such a safe place and it is such, I would say, vibrant location with a lot of different things to do, we really want you to get out and to see it. Now, again, there can be options. I was talking to a client who typically books all-inclusive hotels for all of his Caribbean vacations. And so he's a Marriott guy. He was staying at the Alaya. Alaya is a Marriott autograph collection. And his room cost, it was about $2,000 for 6 nights. So that was great for him. He was going to use some points. Everything looked good. But because he was used to the all-inclusive option, he asked them about that. And so there were 2 of them, and they told him that the price was going to go from $2,000 to $9,000. And this is US. So he's like, you know what, forget it. And so he sent me a message and he's like, is it okay if I don't have an all-inclusive place? Are there places to eat around the hotel? And the answer to that is yes and yes. It is a very safe location. And of course, there are tons of restaurants and whatnot to eat around the island. So I put on here what could be options, but just note if you are looking at a place to be all-inclusive, they'll typically have a pretty high price tag associated with it. The other thing to consider is that liquor has a fairly high duty here. So, unlike Mexico, where you're able to get this 5-day package for $500 a person, all you can drink, all you can eat, here it's not quite like that because liquor is a little bit more expensive. So if you are thinking about having cocktails every sunset, maybe you just stop by the duty-free store or just check out one of the local bars and restaurants once you get here. But these are some options that you may be looking at if you really are insistent on an all-inclusive. Alaya, which is that Marriott about 2 miles south. There's the El Pescador Fishing Lodge. This is about 2 miles north. And then there's Sundiver. Sundiver is about 4.5 miles north. Sundiver is a neat location because they really cater to groups that are coming down. And so they'll make it really easy for you to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's a bar on site, activities, they'll coordinate everything for you. But even if you just are looking for someone to help coordinate things, typically the front desk or the concierge will do that, where they'll be able to book your puddle jumper or help with the water taxi over to the island. And then they can typically assist with getting you picked up at the airport, or they can assist with getting a golf cart rented for you. In addition to that, you do tend to find that hotels or Airbnbs that are far from town, that are far north or far south from town, tend to have some sort of all-inclusive option, in the sense that there is typically a cook or a chef that'll be there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you, but it's not necessarily like a big buffet or anything along those lines. So like I mentioned, you're encouraged to explore, you're encouraged to get out, rent that golf cart, and go check out north, go south, go north, go east, go west. There's a lot of really neat things to see here and do on the island. But I would say if you are planning to rent a golf cart, just make sure if you're coming during the rainy season that you're bringing bug spray with you, or you pick up bug spray. And if it is rainy, you'll want WD-40, the small can, just to have in your bag. And the reason I say that is because with golf carts and big puddles, sometimes if you go too fast through them, then your cart will stall, but a little WD-40 inside will do the trick. Now, don't let that scare you. It typically doesn't happen. You just go slowly through the puddles, but if you're racing too fast through them, the car may stall for you. Now, here are some really neat hotspots to check out when you're here. So Tranquility Bay, this is a really fun day trip. And typically what you'll do is rent a golf cart. Always make sure that the golf cart has gas because you are going to be going about 14 miles up. And then do stops along the way. There's Margaritaville up there. There's El Norte Beach Bar. El Norte Beach Bar is a cute little place, great little margaritas, and you can watch the golf carts go up and down on the beach there. But that's a fun day trip. Pack some snacks, pack a cooler, some local restaurants that you want to try. Nary's, they have great breakfast burritos, breakfast tacos. Brianna's Deli on Back Street, again, good local food. Rice and Beans Deli. This is right across the bridge. That's a local place that opened up fairly recently. The Fry Jack House for breakfast or lunch. Fry Jacks are like little beignets that are stuffed, and you can typically have a breakfast one or you can have a lunch one. It just depends on what it's stuffed with. And then Estelle's, this is located on the beach, and here you'll find a good mix of Belizean food. And then also some American dishes on the menu. If you're looking for something fancy, Akasha at Aruna, this is just opening. This is a really beautiful setting, a neat environment. It is definitely a place that you want to check out if you're looking for something fancier. Frenchies, this is a French restaurant. It is a French chef that is here full time who opened this restaurant up. And then Victoria House, this is, I would say, is close to a 5-star hotel that we have here on the island. And their restaurant is really, really top notch. Now, if you're looking for places to check out, bars, restaurants that are memorable, that you're going to be thinking about after you leave Belize, here are a few. Crocs Sunset Sports Bar. It is named Crocs for a reason, not the shoe. We have had some people come up and ask if it was after the shoe. Crocs is in crocodiles. It is on the lagoon, and usually around sunset, you'll see a big crocodile. There's typically 2 or 3, but the biggest one's about 13 to 14 feet that'll just swim by, and you'll get to see the sunset there as well. Stella's, this is a great place, fairly close to Crocs, just a little bit more north, where you can get a great selection of wine and also see the sunset. Blue Bayou is definitely a very memorable spot. This is a bar up over there at Secret Beach, and they have a handful of tables in the water, and it's that crystal clear blue Caribbean water, and the waiters will come out to you with your drinks and food. It's a really neat spot. And then, of course, Wyo's. Wyo's is owned by a local fellow from the Cayo district, and his bar is over the water, and they just have a really great staff there and great people. So make sure you jot these places down. You'll want to check them out. Definitely opt for something that is not all-inclusive. Well, being that there aren't many options if you are looking for all-inclusive. But again, I'm going to reiterate that it is safe. It's a very family-friendly place here, and you are encouraged to get out in the golf cart and go check out places. So if you are new to looking at real estate here, I would highly recommend that you reach out to us for this must-have buying guide for foreigners. There is a lot of information that you'll want to know before you buy property in Belize, and we are here to help you through that. We have a lot of other resources, not just this one. So if you are new to our channel, or perhaps you've been watching for a while, reach out to us to see what else we have for you to review. Again, my name is Rachel Jensen, and we look forward to seeing you here in Belize. Bye, everyone.